What's up, dude?
What's up? All right, ladies and gentlemen, right here, live on the vault, we got Garrett Shider from Funkadelic. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. I'm in the UK.
In the
Having a wonderful
UK?
day.
You right at my doorstep, man. We over here in Germany, right? First of all, can you let the world know who you are, what you're about? I mean, we kind of hinted on it already, but I want to know your background. Where you stem from?
So I am, for those that don't know, I am Garrett Shider. I am the son of Gary Shider of Parliament Funkadelic, one of the main writers, producers, performers, frontman, diaper-clad individual. That's my OG. He was considered the star child, hence why I call myself the StarChild Jr. And I'm actually from the Washington, D.C. area in the United States is where I hail from. And my background is I was born and raised on the mothership, and and now from time to time I get the keys, and from time to time I'm tasked with piloting the ship myself these days. So that's what I'm doing. And in my spare time, when I'm not flying the ship with P-Funk, controlling the ship on my own, I'm carrying the flag everywhere that I go on my own affairs. So essentially, that's what I am. I am a legacy holder of the Parliament Funkadelic brand.
And by every right, you are that, brother, the son of Gary Shider. Your dad wore the diaper. Are we ever gonna see you in the diaper on stage, brother?
Yeah, if you watch the P-Funk video, if you watch that I'm gonna make you sick video, you see me in a diaper.
Really? All right, okay.
You know, I wear the Funkadelic swagger. That's what I wear.
Oh, all day long. I noticed that when you made a track called "Hand Me Down Diapers," and you told the story of your pops and how it came to be.
Small town and began with a diaper. It's a story that's close to my heart. Been wanting to tell for a long time, and I'm just now getting up enough gumption to do it. So here we go. In Plainfield, New Jersey, around 53, was birthed the oldest son to Jesse and Queen. Now Jesse, the musician he was, would raise his son to be a prodigy now. He stuck a guitar in his hand, and by the time he was 9, little Gary was the lead in the church band. Under tutelage of Jesse, little Gary was a shining star. Now Gary, when he become a teen, he would get with his friends, and they would go embark on a dream. Now how to make this dream go down without letting Jesse down? Well, maybe Jesse would understand, but Jesse wasn't always known to be a reasonable man. Hand-me-down diapers. So with that in hindsight, and not so much as a word, he was gone like a thief in the night, yeah. Hand-me-down diapers. So Gary and his friends would leave the small town of Plainfield, New Jersey behind and embark on a journey that would take them to heights unforeseen in their wildest imaginations. They would take off on the mothership. Maybe not quite what Jesse envisioned for his son, but a success nonetheless. And so the legacy continues. Pick it up around 78. One nation under a groove. Life was great. What a better time than none for Gary to have his own son. Oh, what fun! And he would keep the boy close around so his son could learn how his dad and his crew got down. And never did a son want so bad to be just like his dad. So he heeded all the lessons. Cause how could you go wrong when you learn from the best? I tell ya, but nothing could have ever prepared him for what was next to come. God would call daddy to receive his wings. So ready or not now, he depended on me. Hand me down diapers. your diapers in my hands, and I won't put them on, but I'll definitely represent them with pride. I miss you, brother. And I'm all cried out of tears, but I remember when I was learning guitar, you used to tell me sing through the guitar. Well, I'm about to cry through the guitar, brother. This one's for you.
Gary, you're a grown ass man. Why do you wear a diaper?
Never grow up. Got no babies and fools. I'm broke.
I mean, I've been over your house and I saw your grandson change his diaper and you walked by me and changed yours. I mean, what's up with that?
Babies and fools, man. I ain't gonna never grow up.
Is there anything new you want the fans to look out for in the future that might be coming out?
Okay, as you know, we got another album out. The George Clinton and the Gangsters of Love.
Gangsters of Love.
Yeah, we got that out right now. Doing pretty good. We getting ready to do a Motown thing.
Okay.
We getting ready to do Funkadelic.
More Funkadelic.
More Funkadelic.
Yeah.
Parliament. And I've got to do one on myself.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm almost finished though.
Got to do that.
Yeah. No problem.
And next time you come back, bring the diaper.
Shall do.
Love you, Garrett StarChild.
Love you. Thank you. Thank you very much for having you.
When did you first learn that your dad is who he is, and or quote was but is who he is? When did you first realize that, wait a minute, my dad is the shiznittle bam boom all around the world for the funk?
Well, it was interesting because I knew from the time that, I was, aware of things, you know what I mean? Could see, even like 2-3 years old and watch him on stage. I knew he was the dude. But, in the States, we have a tendency to, take institutions like that for granted, because we're so saturated with a lot of good stuff, and we have this thing where we kind of we put things on a pedestal and then we move them on for something new, and we do that at a fast pace here. So, things change here fast. And because of that, I knew my dad was a dope musician and I knew our band was bad. But one thing I didn't understand as a kid was, like why we didn't have those kind of accolades. You know what I mean? Like, I understood that they did what they did and they were great at it, but then I would hear like not as much of their music on the radio, like that. The style had then times it changed a little bit, so it was more of a different thing being glorified. And I started to wonder why I didn't like see them, on certain things that were prominent as I was a kid. Quite frankly, what I really wondered is how come we didn't live as wealthy as a lot of those other stars of the time. Right. So I was kind of conflicted, like I knew my dad was bad, but I didn't really understand that he or any of them, I didn't really understand the magnitude of the impact that they had made in their time. Right. Because I was born in the prime of it, and the prime, and it ended like 2 years after the prime. It was like, so that's kind of what I come up when I come up. And so I was conflicted because I equated them with being dope, but I didn't really equate them with being like stars, or let alone did I understand the magnitude of the impact that they had made. Right. I remember even, as a kid, and then even as a teenager, I'm a teenager of the era of, the rap renaissance, and during that time everything that you heard was P-Funk music, and even prior to that, a lot of everything that when rap came through, everything you heard was P-Funk music. I knew a lot of that sounded familiar, but I didn't really understand what that meant. Right. I remember when I was a teenager, and it was so much P-Funk music being sampled that sometimes my father would hear something on the radio that I thought was dope, and he would tell me, "Oh, that's us," and I wouldn't be familiar with with the cut.
Right.
And I was kind of just at this point where I'd be like, thinking to myself like, shut up, man. No, it's not. Everything. You know what I mean? It's like I just really didn't understand. And it wasn't until I was like 19 and they finally like took me out on the road with them.
Right.
And then, at that point we're talking about the 90s, and they've essentially had a rebirth in the 90s because of how much of their stuff was on the radio,
Right.
through all these rap hits. And so I'm on the road with them now, and now I'm 19, and we're now doing shows and doing tours with acts that I respect, and acts that I know, and people that I dig, and you know and now I'm watching someone like Wyclef Jean come and like bow to my father, and give him all these. It was then that I started to kind of understand. Oh,
Right.
wait a
Right.
minute.
Right.
Not are a big deal, you know what I mean? And then I started to understand and started realizing how underappreciated they actually were.
Yes.
And that was the reason for all of my conflicts with how I viewed them as a kid. You
Right.
know what I mean? So now as I had the proper perspective on it, then I became a real fan. You know what I mean? I probably, I became a real fan.
There you
And I
go.
started that's when I started like really digging in, and making sure that I had heard everything that was in the catalog, because then I started realizing how much of his influence was on the music. You know what I mean?
Right.
And things started to make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? So now the legend of him didn't really set in still for me though until he passed away.
Okay. All right.
you know, because once he passed away, that's, when you leave here, especially in the States, as we say, the expression is, that's when you get your flowers,
Right. 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 Exactly.
on, you know what I mean? And so, um, you know, like seeing, like memoriams of him on like ABC and, all these major stations, and, you know, um, watching some of the things that other prominent celebrities that had worked with him would have to say about him, or his funeral, his memorial service. I was so blown away by the reception. But then it's at that moment as well where people want to dig into your history, and people want to start, archival stuff starts to come up.
Hmm.
And so it was like then where I really got the clear picture on who he was.
Right. Okay.
And by then he was gone. So
I can imagine when you started to go through the catalog and listen to the tracks, and then you start to hear these little elements that were snuck in by a digital underground or something like that. You hear these elements, you're like, wait a minute. That's a riff from my dad. That's a riff from the crew. I got you on that. That's beautiful. So in that way, it influenced you with your music, because I've been listening to your music last few weeks, and we touched once before on Facebook Live and on Instagram Live, but I didn't really get a chance to directly connect with you, because chats are going through, and you're reading, and you playing. That's what I commend you on. You took time to spend time with your fans online through chat.
yeah.
I've seen you. You break out your guitar. You sit there. You talking to everybody. You're doing your morning burns and things like that. And I thought, you know what? That is so clever that the brother is actually using social media to stay in contact with your. I don't want to. I hate to use the word fans, because we do the same thing with the radio station. We have people that know us, but you're in contact with the people that's there for you, that actually
Right.
can squeeze a few minutes in or out of their busy schedule to sit in and chat with you, and you always give them a little something. You're introducing a new song, and that is so clever. I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And to your point, that's your tribe. They're not fans. That's your
There
tribe,
you
because
go.
those are people. Those
There
are
you go.
people that think like you.
There
You
you
know what I
go.
mean? And that's why they appreciate you, because you're able to express their way of thinking. You know what I mean? And in a relatable musical form for them. You know what I mean?
I
So
like that. That's your tribe. I like that. I'm gonna have to use that one. It come directly from you. I like that because
well, I actually took that one from Maisha Hendricks, who's a friend of mine. She's actually a daughter of Jimi Hendrix.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But she uses that all the time. She calls everyone tribe. You know what I mean? And I keyed into that. But like I said, that's what our fans are, man. That's our tribe, man. Because but like-minded folks,
Y'all
man.
see how he just threw that name out there, right? I like that though. That the next generation are able to connect like minds, like you said. Um, Cabin Fever. This is where I started to see your creativity come through. Hand Me Down Diapers was an homage to your dad. It was like you spoke about that. But Cabin Fever, I went through a point of cabin fever over here in Germany during the Corona time. Stuck in the house, can't do what I need to do. My pops passed at that time. I'm living in Ansbach, Germany. He's in Gary, Indiana, and he was laying on his deathbed, sick for a long time, and I wasn't able to be there for him. So, and things like that. And then I hear you create a song, Cabin Fever. I'm like, wait a minute. It would take a Funkadelic to do that. So tell us that. Tell us about that. Your experience during the with the lockdown. I know we're universal soldiers, so we're not really locked down, but how did it affect you? What made you come up with this concept for Cabin Fever? That is tight.
Because I imagine that's where the world was at that point. You know what I mean? I touch of it myself, even though I still managed to get out and do the things I needed to do. But I imagine that's just where people were feeling. It just made sense. You know what I mean? It's like they keep telling everybody to stay in the house, and people are like, man, I can't, it's like you start realizing the things that we take for granted out here when you stuck and have absolutely like mandated essentially to just like don't be around people. That was weird. And so, I just summed it all up in some thoughts. That's just essentially, it's just a jumble of my thoughts about the whole thing, about being locked down in a place, in a home or just someplace, you know what I mean? Like the term cabin fever, that's the if I'm not mistaken, that's like the clinical term for, people who, kind of lose it mentally from being cooped up somewhere.
Yes.
And so it just made sense. So I took that and I just jumbled a whole bunch of thoughts about the subject.
Right.
I tried to make it as comical and as lighthearted, and I tried to make it goofy and all of that, so it could kind of be just the kind of thing that you could listen at and either laugh at or relate to, or be like, damn, I feel you,
Right.
But unfortunately, not very many people listen to that song, so I'm glad that you.
Yeah, no, it struck me. The thing is, I'm also a vocalist and a musician. I play several instruments, but the fact what I'm getting at is I tend to listen to the creativity of artists when they release something new, and to see if they're just carbon copying or if they actually sat down and put together a concept. And when I listen to the harmonies and the melodies in Cabin Fever, it's like it drives, it puts you in a corner, it makes you sit there and contemplate everything that you're talking about. I'm like, man, I can relate to it all. And I'm sitting there like, this is so damn fat. Cabin Fever. I'm like, whoa, that is fat. Really, really, really. That's a great track.
I hope your fans go give it a listen, man. Y'all go give that a listen, Cabin Fever.
Oh, we're going to spin that right here, right now.
I appreciate it.
Got the walls closing in, starting to get cabin fever. I'm gonna be cabin fever. Say it again, y'all. Starting to get cabin fever. I can't breathe. Cabin fever. Starting to feel cooped up. Say it again, y'all. Cabin fever. I'm gonna be there. situation. It's got me contemplating the anticipation of the end to the situation. The walls closing in, I can't catch my breath. Trying to find a way to deal with this distress. I'm bouncing off the ceiling, cause I'm getting that feeling like I'm on house arrest. And I'm starting to get depressed. I get a little bit restless, cause I done got too much rest. And I get a little bit antsy, cabin fevers, putting my patience to the test. My neurosis comes and goes, it's sad and claustrophobic notions. Temporary insanity, cause I just wanna spread my wings. Can we just go outside again? Jumping like a homophobic, cause I'm freaking out at home. No offense to LGBTQ, cause I know you feel it too. There ain't no place like home, sweet home. Cabin fever, I can't leave it. Bouncing off the walls, cause I'm starting to get y'all. Cabin fever, oh yeah, I'm gonna be cabin fever. Say it again, y'all, I'm starting to get cabin fever. I can't leave it. Cabin fever. Starting to feel cooped up, cause I'm starting to get y'all. Cabin fever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be good God Almighty. Cabin fever. Yeah, yeah. Can we just go outside again? My neurosis comes and goes with sad and claustrophobic notions. Ooh, baby, there ain't no place like home, sweet home. Temporary insanity, cause I just wanna spread my wings. Cabin fever, I can't leave it. Cabin fever, got the walls closing in, y'all starting to get tired. Cabin fever, got me bouncing off the walls, y'all. Cabin fever, good God Almighty, starting to get y'all. Cabin fever, cabin fever, cabin fever. Starting to feel cooped up, cause I'm starting to get a little cabin fever, and I'm starting to get y'all. Cabin fever.
Okay, so in talking about your albums, how many albums have you released so far, or projects, or for that matter,
Well,
tracks?
I've done 3 solo albums. That pandemic one was the last one I've done. It's been 3 years now. I'm actually kind of I'm working on my next one right now, but since things pick back up, I've all of a sudden found myself like busy to a point where I haven't really like had the space or capacity to sit down and like conceptualize what I want to do with a record. Or I've recorded songs though, and I'm kind of like in the process of getting it done. I actually wanted to have something for sure done by summer, and I'm still banking on trying to get something done by this summer. But I don't know if I will realistically be able to get it done that time, because I've been doing like a lot of shows with other people and guested with other folks. I've been doing gigs with this band called the Pimps of Joy Time. It's been pretty cool. Yeah, I've been I've joined a few other bands. I've done a few guest appearances, and I've been getting a lot of hits for it. So I found myself a little busier than I was before. But I'm definitely gonna have me something out this year. I can't tell and I can't tell you what it's called just yet.
Right, right.
But I'm letting everyone know once I get that part of it together. But I've done a few like guest slots too. I've done a few features. I actually did a feature with this band from Texas. They call themselves Cadillac Music. I did this. I played just guitar on this track, but they are approaching 1 million streams with this song. They did pretty good with it. So I've done a few features. I got a few things that have popped up as new things on Spotify, but it's nothing that I've done myself. Just kind of collaborations that I've done.
Right.
And,
Okay. Speaking of guitars, what's your favorite type of guitar to play, or what type of guitar do you play?
Well, I've always kind of been into a Fender Stratocaster, but I've recently started to kind of develop a thing for PRS. My girlfriend here has a PRS, and I took it for a spin the last few gigs I've been on. I've kind of fallen in love with it, so
Look
I
at
think
that.
I think PRS is kind of infringing on my love for Fender right now. But I'm always be a Fender Strat man. I love Strats.
That'll work. That'll work. I'm sure you have one of your dad's guitars. Are you using his as well, or did you put them in the archives?
Well, the only one that I actually ended up with is an acoustic guitar. It's an acoustic hollow body that was actually just made for him by a guy and sent to him while he was sick and going through his cancer thing.
Okay.
So nothing that he's ever played. He never even played it because he wasn't capable of playing it at the time. But it's the only guitar that I have, and so I have that one kind of put up. It never comes out the case.
Respect it.
I recently saw the modulus that he was playing. I recently saw a picture of it, and a friend of mine was playing it at another friend of mine's house. Interesting, because I didn't realize. But yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's why I'm giving the side eye when I say that. So
What?
but that's kind of unfortunately that's kind of what became of a lot of like P-Funk stuff that should be like archival memorabilia.
Right.
Like, stuff is just kind of like in the wind. That's
Yeah.
kind of like nature of the P-Funk thing. That's yeah.
I can imagine that. One time when the mothership landed over here in Germany, we was supposed to meet with George and the rest of the crew, and we had contact with Archie Ivy. Archie Ivy got in contact with my wife got in contact with Archie Ivy, shall I say, because she was managing our band at the time. Then we were able to meet with George and the rest of the crew, and backstage, and we went to several different concerts on invitation, which was great. But the thing that I'm getting at is how accessible a lot of the crew is. People would think that y'all untouchable, but the fact of the matter is, if you jump over your shadow, Funkadelic, P-Funk, y'all get with these guys, meet with them, greet with them. They're very down to earth, and then they fly, fly.
Oh
fly.
yeah. Say hi. We don't bite. Come say hi. We don't bite.
Right.
The world loved my dad, man, because how loved and lauded he was.
Yes.
Like that's what blew people away more so than any of that was the fact that he was so accessible and welcoming when they said hi. You know what I mean?
Right
So,
there. And a couple of times when we went to shows, let's see, Peanut was outside, Sir Nose was walking around. I got pictures with all of those cats, but I never got one with George. But the thing is, what I'm getting at is, it was before the concert. They would be outside amongst the audience and walking around and just standing there chilling. I'm like, guys, there was another female. Was it Belita?
Belita Woods.
Loved her voice. We sat, my wife and I sat there, and Belita was eating, but she's like, "Hey, baby, y'all come on over here, have a seat, sit down with me." And we sat there, man, and really had a very down to earth conversation with her. Beautiful soul, beautiful spirit. And that's all I wanted to say to you about you guys and about your energy and what you're doing, man. I appreciate you. You reach out to the audience, or you let yourself be accessible, even if it's via social media. You let yourself be accessible, and that means a hell of a lot more than just we buying your album or buying your records and listening to it. Like, oh yeah, and I bought a ticket to the concert, but that cat didn't even say hi. I've had some artists that are like that. Are like, dude, do you know that? I mean, we're just a drop in the bucket, but our radio station, Biggs Radio, is worldwide, and it stems out of Chicago, Indianapolis. And me being over here in Ansbach, Germany, I'm able to reach out through Biggs Radio, and it sends it out worldwide. And it's like, when it comes to this show, this is on Biggs Radio, and we play a lot of old school music. It's three of us, Time Machine and Double Funk. Double Funk is from New Jersey, and Time Machine is from Brooklyn. And we all met up over here in Ansbach, Germany, and decided, hey man, let's put together an old school music podcast, which got picked up by Biggs Radio because they saw what we were doing, and it's like, y'all need to do this not just locally but worldwide. Come on our radio station. And through Dinah Lynn Biggs, she hooked us up. So, and this way I'm able to reach out to artists such as yourself, and it's like, hey guys, let's do this. So
Well, I appreciate y'all reaching out, man. I appreciate it.
I know you're highly and very busy. A hard pill to swallow.
That that one kind of just spoke for itself. We just moved from Obama to Trump. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you couldn't foresee what was coming from there, And so I foresaw, and so I just wrote about it. I like when I have something to write about. And so that was on my first record as well. So I was kind of thinking that when I knew I was going to be trying to carry like the P-Funk flag, it was like, well, P-Funk, they could jab at politics when they wanted to. So I felt like that was my opportunity, and I did.
Foreshadow. That's something that the P-Funk energy and the power has always been there to be able to see what's coming. And a lot of times people were listening to tracks and didn't really realize what was being said, but you just did the same thing again with that track. You could see into the future. You could see what's coming right about it now. And as they say, great artists, most of the time we're maybe at least 7, 8, 10 years ahead of our listeners. You put things out, it's like you can put something on the back burner and let it simmer for a while because they ain't ready for it yet. You've already thought about it, you've produced it, you can let it sit, and then when you release it, like, hey man, when did you make that? Like 10 years ago? Nah, that's bull. Like, nah, really. That's an old one right there, but it really applies to today. And that's what I liked about A Hard Pill to Swallow. It's like, yeah.
order. See the doctor, he knows best, but is the cure worth the cost of the side effects? Is the cure worth the cost of the side effects? Side effects. Got a problem with you wearing your hood, so we shoot you down 'cause it makes you up to no good. The phone will be there for you good or bad now, because the one is that good to get you back on track. They trying to do you wrong. I feel you'll always have the right to be funky. I feel you keep on running back to fill your prescription for hard pills. You keep on running to the doctor and still getting sick. Hard pills. Don't take that medicine.
All of these tracks, ladies and gentlemen, you can find them on your local outlets.
Anywhere you stream or download, you can find these songs. These are all cool songs. Like I said, I understand. The element because I was raised in it, and so the key is to try to make timeless songs that can always live on for whatever reason. And the ones that we spoke about today, those are the prime examples of those kinds of songs. I said Cabin Fever, anyone who experienced that pandemic, if they, come across that album, but specifically a song like Cabin Fever, you know what I mean? And they experienced that time, they should be able to relate to something like that. Hard Pill, everyone who was in the States and, felt that shift from, with that new president, with that shitty president and, all that came with that, then they'll always be able to listen to a song like that and harken that time,
Sure enough. I'm a Funkadelic speaks for itself. That was you actually taking the flag, standing in front, letting the world know, look, I am that I am. I dig that.
I unfortunately rubbed a few actual Funkadelics wrong with that, who didn't realize or didn't take it as a homage or, whatever. But, it is what it is. I was raised man, so, and that's exactly what that song was. The kind is exactly what you said it was, take what is mine.
Right, exactly. Do that. Take it. It's yours. Hold that flag. Raise that funk flag high. Look at those young ladies in their pretty eyes. I like that one as well. Beautiful track.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you taking a listen to a few tracks. I see.
Like I said, I've been keeping my eye on the things that are going on in the funk era. The same with Tracy Lewis. I wanted to get with him and get a interview with him as well. Yeah, but it's beautiful, man. I appreciate the fact that you took time out of your busy schedule and can touch bases with us. We know you got some things in the works and that's coming up, and we'll be on the lookout for you. Anything else you want to tell the world?
Please just check me out, man. You know, like I said, new things coming. I'm actually, you know, in the midst of just kind of, you know, what I would like to consider like a growth spurt, you know, and that's kind of another thing that's kind of slowing my process down is, you know, trying to figure out how to kind of reintroduce myself a little bit, you know, because I feel like now that I've established myself as a legacy holder, you know, I kind of feel a little freer to kind of experiment a little bit. So, you know, who knows what the next thing will be. But you guys make sure that you follow me, man, on social media. You can find me anywhere on any of these platforms. You just go on there and you just type StarChild Jr into the search, and you should see my picture. Hit me up and keep on following me, man, and keep up to date with all the things that are going to happen, man. We got the P-Funk Summer Tour if you're in the States. I'm doing a lot of guest appearances. I got these Pimps of Joy Times gigs. You possibly see me in a city near you if you're in the States, and hopefully abroad real soon. Just follow me, man, because I'm always on a constant journey on the mothership through the chocolate Milky Way.
That'll work, brother. That'll work. Listen, I really highly appreciate you. I'm wishing you the best of movement, the best of energy. I hope the mothership never runs out of gas. We're going to all fart universally and give this young man more gas so they can keep on spreading their funk all around the planet.
The mother runs off life, man.
That'll work. Okay. Universal love to you, brother. Take care, all right?
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. We'll chat again.
Everybody out here at the vault, that has been Garrett Shider of Funkadelic. I hope you all enjoyed that. Hey, y'all, listen to this right here.